Thanks for staying with us. So the Registrar, Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, JAMB, Professor Ishaq Oloyede, recently accused some higher institutions of mobilizing and awarding IJMB, JUPEB certificates to individuals who did not attend their institutions. According to him, some of the certificates have been issued were fake. Now, looking at this story, we have reports that this isn't new, that many institutions have been doing this for years. What are your thoughts on this?
I think there's an ongoing, I don't know if it's an exercise, I don't know what to call it, where people would not go to a certain institution. So you're supposed to go to a university, let's say you go to UNIBEN, you know, the different universities. When you finish from there and you're going for service, you get an NYSC call-up letter because you were in this particular school, a student of this school. And then what government has found out is that some people do not go to these schools, but they're giving call-up letters. They eventually go to the schools. Maybe they do their training outside. Maybe they do like private coaching, or for some reason they're able to pay these schools money, and then the schools issue them call-up letters, and they go for NYSC.
And pose as students.
And pose like they were students of that school. And NYSC is calling out the institutions for doing that. And it's surprising to see that when you are having conversations with people, people will say to you, oh, this has always happened. For me, I thought it was strange, but people around are saying, actually, this has always happened. You just pay for this. So IJMB is, like, for many people who are trying to get into university, maybe you don't have the proper grades, you haven't done so well to get into university, but the university can take you that IJMB umbrella. Yes. So you go to classes within the IJMB is associated with the institution you're planning to go to a university. And then within that university is usually a year program.
Is it like pre-medial that we do?
Usually, some people will say pre-medial, yes. So you do it for that 1 year, and then the institution is able to say, this person has done our course for a year, and these are the person's results, and this person is eligible to go into our school proper. But what the NYSC is saying that some of them, government is saying that some of them did not even do this IJMB with you. They just came and gave you money, and you're asking that they should go into your school. They're giving them the pay somewhere else because they have paid you. So that's the problem right now.
What I see is the decadence in the educational system and the fact that a lot of people are in a hurry to just have the certification because we place emphasis on certification. That's where the problem is. But I think education is moving away from just certification. We're not getting into that era of skills. So you claim you have read this, but when you get on the job, we need to be sure that you can perform on this. And when we move education from that, we will notice that even when they do the wuru-wuru and get the certificates, the jobs will not take them because they are not qualified for the jobs. Also, the educational system needs to sanitize the system. Before, I used to have parents who their children will fail examinations and they will take them back. You will repeat this class before you can move, you know. Right now, everybody's in a hurry to just get it. Let's just move on. Let's know that you have it. Bag all the certificates, get into school and come out, whether you know it or not. And then you engage with young graduates and you are disappointed. There is nothing in their head. So the educational system needs to do a lot more in terms of investigation. So any of these organizations that are not properly affiliated, do not carry out their processes well, should be sanctioned, should pay fines, should be closed down, should be tagged anywhere you see them. This certificate is null and void. If you have it, go and throw it away and go back to school.
Because when you put someone who is not qualified, you give him a call-up letter, you give him a certificate, you give him a fake certificate, he goes to get a job and does not do well. We're now calling out universities and lecturers not doing their job. Meanwhile, there's a whole syndicate of scammers. They're just paying people across.
Whenever I read things like this on the newspaper, I always feel funny that, like when you say, we know the sponsors, you know, that when people make statements and we are unable to actually investigate, like, what, can we talk about it when we say we're listing, we found 100 students who have fake certificates from so universities, and they have been penalized. They've been penalized like this. So it's not just a statement from like a place of this is a problem we're facing, but a statement of we have already conclusively worked on this situation and we are standing firmly against it.
All right, this is a very serious matter, and I concur with Tope by saying it's not about just saying. We should be active about it. List the name of those schools. List the names of those candidates that were involved in that particular fraudulent activities that is demeaning the certification,
Exactly.
that is demeaning the acquisition of education in Nigeria.
Right.
That's the best way to go
I think
about
so.
it.
Hassan, I think I'd like to end on that note because that's the bottom line.
Yeah.
Because we hear government officials always tell us, oh, we'll name them. Institutions, please name them. We are in the Sorosoke generation.
Yes.
Say the names of the schools, mention the names because the idea is to sanitize our systems.
Yeah.
And if NIN is supposed to help us to fish out those who are doing this, let us use it properly by naming and shaming the institutions who have collaborated with people to give the
To
wrong
scam the system.
to scam the system in a nutshell.
And set some examples with some of them.